Okay, we go from baseball. Last topic on the table, big boy basketball.
Yeah, huge game tomorrow night. Prove it game for the Aztecs.
Friday night, San Diego State, Gonzaga. I guess you could call this a real litmus test. State is 9-2. Bulldogs are 10-3. Zags, though, have lost to number 1 Purdue and lost to, at that point, number 5 UConn. So 2 of their 3 losses have been against real big-time, top-of-the-ratings competition. How about Gonzaga? Now, the Aztecs are playing in Spokane. Gonzaga, 76-game winning streak at home in Spokane. Finally snapped at the end of last season to Loyola. Had a weird loss there. Lost once to UConn here. But aside from that, they're virtually unbeatable. Big storyline, Jaedon LeDee. Can he get scoring help? Because you have no doubt that they're going to defend him and box him and double him. And there's going to have to be points from other people. Now, the Aztecs have 3 guards that are kind of kicking it into gear. Reese Waters has had a phenomenal start at from USC, transferring into San Diego State. And then obviously we know what the Butler can do, and we obviously know what Trammell has done. Those guys are going to have to score. And I think the wild card in the whole thing is what kind of point production, because they're going to need Micah Parrish to hit threes. That's going to be a big question. And Jay Powell is going to try to play with a mask. He, of course, had the broken nose. And he had been a contributor off the bench. So there has to be some form of point production around Jaedon LeDee to get that defense to back off, because I have no doubt the Zags are going to run a lot of people at him. Wyoming center Graham Ike transferred into Gonzaga at the last minute. He supposedly was going to the Big 12. He wound up in Spokane. He's averaging 14 and 8. Austin Watson shooting forward, averaging 14 and 7. Creighton transfer guard, Ryan Nembhard, he's averaging 12 and 6 assists per game. Gonzaga averaging 84 points a game on offense, defense giving up only 67. They're out rebounding the opponent 43-35. They're shooting almost 50% from the floor, and at home, they're like shooting 69%.
Oh my God.
Man, they're just a phenomenal basketball team. And we all know what Brian Dutcher has accomplished since replacing the Hall of Famer, should be Steve Fisher. Dutch is 161-49. Mark Few, 19 West Coast Conference titles in 24 years, 658-129. That's his one-loss record.
Wow.
So this is going to be great. Zags, they got so much firepower. And they got the fury of the fans in Spokane. Like I said, 76-game home court winning streak. State's good. State's going to need help for Jaedon LeDee, who I think is one of the best big men on the West Coast. And John Riley, are you going to shoot air ball or shoot 3-pointers?
Yeah, I'm going to tell you, I'm a 3-point shooter myself, man. So the Aztecs went to Spokane and beat the Zags. So what was it, about 10 years ago or so? That was the big moment in Aztec basketball history. Can they do it again? It's going to be hard. But I'll tell you what, during this initial, out of conference schedule, the Aztecs have shown moments when their lockdown defense was working. They've shown moments when they've been hitting shots like crazy. But then they go cold, and then sometimes their defense is like a false sleep, and then the other team gets layups. So you're not sure what Aztec team you're going to get. And I know that, Dutcher and his staff have been working with the team. And granted, it was Christmas. A lot of the guys went home. Did you see the picture of Jaedon LeDee with a basketball court in his house? Yep. I mean, that was unbelievable. But this will be a fun game to watch. The Aztecs will be probably at least an 8-point underdog in this thing. But, miracles can happen, and the Aztecs, if they get all their ducks in a row, it'll be a competitive game.
It's been a strange year. They played St. Mary's early, and they banged them when St. Mary's was ranked. Now they played Grand Canyon, and that didn't work out very well in Phoenix, did it?
No.
And if you thought it was bad at Grand Canyon, this is beyond that, just because of the tradition in Spokane and those fans, and the town closes down and everybody goes there. Yeah. It'll be a great game. I hope, as I said, the components around LeDee will show up and make things happen, because that'll make him a better player. If he has to carry the load, he's going to have trouble with the Wyoming transfer center and everything else they're going to do defensively. And how about the X's versus the O's? Dutcher versus Mark Few. These are 2 great college basketball lines.
2 best programs on the West Coast. Sorry, UCLA.
Well, UCLA is kind of sorry right now because the Foreign Legion's kind of hit a wall. I don't know if you paid any attention. They're 5-6.
They lost to Northridge.
Yeah, 5-6. So that's where we are. Hey, listen,